Alright, we're going to do 4 simple cast-on methods. First, I'm going to take the yarn and I'm going to tie a little knot in it, a little noose, a little slip knot, whatever. And then I'm going to tighten it, and then I'm going to take this here needle to put the tail over away. I'm going to take this here needle and insert it as if I was going to knit this just one single stitch. And then I'm going to bring it around and pull the string through as if I'm just knitting one stitch. Now, I'm not going to pull this off of this old needle. I'm going to pull it up and twist it. And stick this needle in here. Tighten it, and I added another loop, and now I'm going to add some more. I'm going to stick it into the new loop as if I was going to knit, even though it was already in there. I didn't have to pull it out, but I did to tighten it. And then I'm going to bring it around, pull this down and through, just like I'm knitting. And I'm not going to pull it off like you're knitting. I'm going to pull this out, twist this up, this needle, to put a little twist in it, and then I'm going to stick this in here and pull it tight. And now I have 2 on there. Now I'm going to add another one. And I'm going to stick this as though I'm knitting, bring the yarn around, shimmy it down, catch the yarn to come in the new loop. But if I were knitting, I would pull it off. I'm not going to do that. Pull it out, twist it, stick the symbol through there, let go of it, tighten, and try to make them even. There we go. And now I'm going to do another one. And I'm going to stick it in there. Around. Pulling it through. And pull it out. And twist it. Just put it on there. And pull it tight. And I like to pull it up a little. Do another one. And I'm going to stick it in here. And bring it around. And pull it out. Twist it. Stick this in. Pull it tight. I like to really give it some snug pulling. And I'm going to do another one. And I wiggle it with my thumb if I can't insert the needle. And I bring it around. And shimmy this needle down and catch it. And oh, I'm not pulling it off. I forgot I'm not knitting. Twisting it and putting it on the needle. I'm casting on. To really give it some snug pull-ins. Okay. I'm going to do another one. Okay, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on there. I'm going to do 2 more of this kind. See how it looks? You pull it snug and even. Nice little knitted casted on stitches. 2 more. these look, they're actually knitted on, casted on stitches, and it looks close to even. See, it's not too messy. And we did 10. And we'll pull those off. This is the second method. The second method I'm going to do is my favorite. I'm not going to make a slip knot this time. I'm going to have the tail of yarn facing my body and the body of the yarn facing away, and I'm going to hold it up and I'm going to grab it, let it drop, stick my thumb and finger in, and pull down for the first one. And then I'm going to go from the outside of the thumb to the outside of the index finger, back through the thumb. I'm going to let go. Remember, I'm pulling the tail towards me and the body away from me, and I'm pulling it tight. And then all you do is stick your thumb and finger in, grab it with the rest of your fingers, spread them out, pull down, outside of the thumb, outside of the finger, and stick the back through the thumb hole to make one loop. Then we pull the body away. I let go when I tighten. You don't have to do this, but I pull the tail towards me and the body away, and I pull it pretty tight. And then I stick thumb and finger, pull down, outside of the thumb, outside of the finger, back through the thumb, let go. I pull the tail towards me and tighten. I'm going to do 10 of these. I have 3. Doing 10 of them. I'm sticking my thumb and finger in, grabbing the yarn with the other 3 fingers, pulling my thumb and finger apart, pulling down, outside of the thumb, outside of the finger, back through the thumb, so there is now just one loop on. I'm letting go. I let go. You don't have to, but I pull the tail towards my body, and I pull the body of the yarn away from me. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need 3 more. Just to do just 10. Now, this is normally called, as well as very similar to the long tail cast on, because your tail, if you were making, for example, a scarf, and it needed to be so wide, don't worry about how long, but so wide, this tail has to be that wide, that long, as wide as the scarf is going to be, because we're using the tail to make the stitches, the cast-ons. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and they look pretty even. And then when I go to knit, I take the tail and move it out of my way and hold it down, and then just start knitting. And that's the second method. Now I'm going to do the third method. A third method. There's lots of methods. Now, the third method, I'm going to do another slip knot, and I'm going to put it on this crochet hook as if I were going to crochet, and tighten it, and put it in, I like to put it in the wide part, loosen it up a little bit, and I hold my middle finger and my thumb on the knot, and I grab the yarn with my index finger. When I pull the yarn through, I bring the needle over it, and then the yarn over the needle. I turn it slightly sideways with my wrist and pull down to pull through. Now I move my fingers up. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I do one extra one, or actually leave it like that because, and then there's already one on me. So I need 9 more. So I bring in each chain, I pull up a loop, and I'm leaving it on my crochet hook. Leaving the loops on the crochet hook and just pulling through. And now I'm on the 4th one. And now I'm on the 5th one. And I'm just sticking the crochet hook back through the chain, picking up hoops and leaving them on the hook. As if I was like gonna do or gonna crochet with an Afghan Tunisian crochet hook, or almost as if I was gonna start nooking. But I'm gonna put them all on here and put them all on here, and we're down to the final one. Do one in the final one, and it's a little awkward because the fat part of the needle, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 exactly. And I'm going to slide them all the way down, and one by one push them off purlwise onto my knitting needle. I'm sticking the knitting needle in purlwise and pushing them off. Now if I used a skinnier crochet hook, probably it would have been snugger. This is a little loose, but I'm just using this as an example of how it's done. I'm not using a good matching hook and needle, and it's a little loose. But I'm just going to push them off purlwise, every one of them, pushing them off. Pushing them off, and they are on there. They're not too snug, but they're on there pretty good, and it almost looks, when you start knitting, if you did the first row purl, and then after that knit, and then after that purl, it would create a really good beginning for stockinette. But then you just flip it, you put the tail down out of your way, and you start knitting with the body. And I cast it on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 with a crochet hook. The first method was like as if I were knitting the stitches onto the needles. The second method I showed was the long tail cast on. The third method is similar to the long tail. The third method is as if I were crocheting the stitches like in a chain and then adding them onto the needle. And the final method I'm going to show you is the simplest way to show somebody how to cast on stitches. It's hard to work with, but it's easy to get them on there. You're going to make a slip knot, and you'd be surprised, but this actually will work if you cast on this way, because I've done it. And I'm going to hold the needle this time in my right hand, and I'm going to wrap it around my thumb, the body of the yarn. Grab it with my fist, wrap it around my thumb. I'm going to insert my thumb into the back of my thumb and let go. Let go and snug. Let go and pull it snug. But make sure they don't overlap. When you're pulling it snug, make sure you don't let them overlap. There's already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 on there, and it just does a neat little twist roll, and then you turn it and you go to do your work. You go and knit with it like this. And they did cast on. It's a little hard to work with them because they're just twisted on there, but it does work. You can cast on that way and knit. And those are 4 methods of casting on.